record.
Wow.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Come on.
We're on.
Oh, T. And you know what? I think I'm going to put like a new move in there. I feel like these.
Oh, wow.
So we're looking at the Dow right now, and I realize that we're
It's live
online.
on Friday.
So people can watch us at different times after this. It's live right now, but we're obviously on Facebook Live too. So hours from now, we will have been talking about the Dow. That number is fierce.
A lot of people watch us live at their lunch hour,
yes,
having coffee in the morning, and that is a new record on the Dow.
Record.
Almost 20,500. And
by the way, it started to go up today when all this kerfuffle really began, when the Democratic presser began, et cetera. So
I have a theory.
That's not hurting the
Well, and
market.
of course,
And I learned it from Sandra.
The Treasury Secretary was confirmed last night, so that too.
But it was down.
Taking away some
it was down, or it was either flat or negative before.
So Sandra has always taught me that when you take away uncertainty, even if the news isn't perfect or great, that it helps the market.
Yep.
Well, just put it
Great
this
point.
way. If you're sitting in front of your computer screen or back in the day and you're on a trading floor and you have $1 million on a trade, are you going to be more inclined to build that trade with more uncertainty or less uncertainty? Are you willing to take on more risk the more you know about the world? Or if there's more up in the air about the world or the current administration?
I have one question that I want to put to Marie.
Okay.
Were you a spook? Were you a spy?
No, well, I was a CIA officer, but I started on the analytics side, so I was an analyst, so I was never undercover, and then I was our spokesperson. But I started in the Bush administration.
What fun is it being in the CIA if you're not a spook?
I know. I should make up a better story. But yeah, I started in the Bush administration, worked for Mike Hayden, and a lot of great Republicans too.
Yeah, it's like Homeland.
I know. That's so true.
You know, they would come in, and Homeland would come in and look at the place.
Was Homeland accurate according to what you saw?
I would not. It's very good entertainment, let's put it that way.
I
don't want to endorse that as accuracy about my former...
Who would you want to play you on Homeland?
I'm not even answering that question. I feel like there's too many landmines there.
Really?
But it was a great place. It was a great place to start working in D.C. It is a wonderful organization. And you know, it's been through the political arena over the last decade on everything from enhanced interrogation techniques to, you know, the Bin Laden raid, and it's really a place that has a little place in my heart.
So many people have seen you for so long on TV or read about you. Why don't you, in overtime, tell everybody something that we don't know about you, Marie Harf?
I'm a huge Ohio State football fan, which when I was still on Twitter, which I'm not anymore, I tweeted a lot about foreign policy and football. So I love college football.
Who was your favorite college coach?
Urban Meyer, obviously.
Wow.
So yeah, on Saturdays I'm squarely in front of the TV all day.
All right. Well, you know, I don't know if you know this about Outnumbered Overtime, but we have a live chat going. People are tweeting. We're live on Facebook, and there are comments there. And we pretty much take everything. You know, and people are wanting to be respectful. They say they really like you a lot, but they have questions. So I don't know. Do we just kind of jump out there and go there, or what do we do?
Jump into it, Harris.
Oh, wait a minute. Well, here's an interesting one. So, Chaffetz was mentioned. Was it by Elijah Cummings on the Hill?
I think so.
Conyers. I can't remember who it was.
I think it was Cummings. Because,
why he isn't stepping up to investigate this. What are your thoughts on that?
He put out a letter.
He's in a tough position. He hit Hillary so hard, justifiably so, in my opinion, but sort of not investigating anything on Kellyanne Conway, doing a very egregious, blatant ethics violation by promoting Ivanka Trump's shoes with the White House, you know, emblem behind her. So, yeah, I'm sure Democrats are going to try and use him for political purposes as well. You know, I don't know where we go from here.
He did write a letter about Kellyanne with his Democratic counterpart.
Did you see that town hall? I mean, his you know, constituents are angry at him. And again, I think you can't play. I don't like politics involved when it comes with anything about our national security or ethics ever coming into play. I think we should just collectively do the right thing, which is why this is so frustrating to see everything with Russia being so highly politicized. Because there are real significant issues here. I mean, Putin, you know, single-handedly started bombing hospitals in Aleppo, I think 3 or 4 weeks ago. So there are serious, like
that is a mark on the soul of civilization.
Hell on earth, and the worst kind of war crimes you could possibly imagine. The Daily Mail, of all places, which is a gossip site, has started printing images of the body. Not to turn OT into, you know, dark conversation, but it is something that people should face and talk about. And Putin's hands, you know, other than Bashar al-Assad,
that's why I was not sure. Should I just jump right in here? Because there's some serious stuff on the live chat today. I don't know. Christopher says, I have a lot of questions, but none of them are relevant until we hold the Clintons accountable and all the rest of our politicians. If she, I assume he means Hillary Clinton, was not held liable, how can anybody else be? And the last line of Christopher's note is, we need an ethical revolution, and it starts with everyone laying down their political talking points and being forthright. I mean, our viewers are some deep thinkers.
That's what I said, but they were more eloquent.
I know, you were too.
Did it bother you that while she was Secretary of State, the Clinton Foundation was still receiving money from foreign governments? The Clinton Foundation was still involved in deals with people from Russia who were involved in some very unsavory stuff.
When I look at the Clinton Foundation, I didn't work for her at the State Department. I came in with John Kerry. But when I look at the foundation, first, I do look at the great amount of good work they do. And I think during the campaign that got lost. I think the Clinton campaign didn't do a good job of actually saying, look, let's talk about the ethics, but we actually do save lives in a lot of places. And I don't think that is something we should not forget.
Okay.
I'm actually not bothered a lot by some of those reports. Look, I think they should have run the foundation differently, knowing she was going to run for president. I think it was an optics problem, and they should have done things differently. But you know what I'm more worried about?
But they were taking blood money. They were taking blood money. I mean, talk about connections. No, they were taking money from Russian organizations who were involved in some really bad stuff.
Are you worried? Look, we can.
The foundation was kittens compared to the Clinton Foundation.
The Hillary Clinton debate is over. She lost.
No, but I was just curious about that.
No.
But you were in the Democratic administration.
Right, and I think they should have handled the foundation better. I think they should have talked about it differently. But I don't think it compares in any way to what Donald Trump said, did, his foundation problems. Paul Manafort.
They have nothing to do with Russia. His foundation problem.
Paul Manafort did.
Paul Manafort, and he was forced to leave the Trump campaign.
Right, but I think those things all were very troubling about Donald Trump, and now Donald Trump is president. And so if we're talking about where our foreign policy is going and where Donald Trump's head is on these issues, that is more instructive to me.
But don't you think we would have had the same sort of questions with Hillary if she'd been president?
But how would you characterize, so sum it up for us, where do you see things going foreign policy-wise for the Trump administration as of today?
I wish I could tell you. For the first time in my life working in D.C. for over a decade, I don't see any strategy. I don't see a focus. They're going crisis to crisis. They have no national security advisor. They haven't appointed most senior people at the State Department. They're holding meetings that don't seem to have a lot of strategy behind them.
But can you imagine?
I don't know, and it scares me.
You worked for an administration that was the golden child of the media, of the whole world. He got the Nobel Peace Prize before he even began work. I mean, he had so much going for him and so much tolerance from everybody that was looking at him. It's exactly the opposite now. The whole world wants to get Donald Trump.
I would ask this, though, just basic stuff. We have 15 cabinet positions, right? We need to get those filled as a nation. It isn't just about Donald Trump getting them ready. And case in point, Marie, was what we were talking about in the TV version of Us. If there were to be some sort of international crisis, if, God forbid, the ship that's the spy ship that's 70 miles off the coast and in international waters right now, still off the coast of Delaware, so they're watching it, but not too worried, the source and officials out of the administration say. But if something were to happen that we needed to concentrate on, are we confident that we have enough people in place?
No.
And your father would be staying up 24 hours a day.
It's everyone. I mean, this will affect everyone. This is why it's so important not to make things foreign policy related
political, because we have pieces of the puzzle.
All Americans should be concerned about what's going on globally, and we talk about it at length. You know, pick a country, an area of the world, and we can go down at why they want to hurt us and kill us and stop the American way of life. But I am deeply concerned about the cabinet positions not being filled, and a lot of these haven't, continue to go forth because of political reasons, because Democrats just simply want to hold things up for ideological reasons. Foreign policy-wise, it's fascinating because, like, Nikki Haley comes out so harsh and so strong against Vladimir Putin, and obviously we have President Trump, on the other hand, basically making a moral equivalency about what being an American is and what being a Russian is, which, by the way, I would be dead and in prison and killed if I were a Russian because I speak out so vocally against people in power. So please don't sit here and act like Russia and America are the same place. So that's why this administration is so confusing right now, because I still don't know ideologically where they stand.
Those are the questions.
One thing
B-Stocks won on our live chat. I've got to get this in because this is interesting, too. I mean, these guys are so serious. General Flynn's conversation with Russia's ambassador happened on Obama's watch. Trump wasn't even president yet. Dems are pointing the finger at the wrong administration.
I said that.
Yeah.
That's what I said on air, is that for the past, it's a lot of hypocrisy from the left. They didn't do jack for the past 8 years, and Putin has so much power right now, and it's such a global force. It happened because President Obama decided to look the other way.
Jack who?
Poor Jack.
The Jack.
I know. My brother's name. Poor guy Jack. Marie Harf, good to have you. First timer, David Asman. Thank you for stepping on.
Absolutely.
We appreciate it. We'll see you tomorrow, everybody.
Thank you.